Today we're going to learn some of the movements of the Yang style of Tai Chi, and we'll put them together into a simple flow of a form. But you'll also learn the important underlying principles which really drive the benefits of Tai Chi. Benefits like being better balanced, by improving your balance, by lowering your stress and anxiety, improving your mental acuity. Tai Chi has many proven wonderful benefits. Now, like we've mentioned in the comments, if you choose to participate in today's class, we assume that you have your doctor's permission to do this kind of exercise and that you have a space that's free of any tripping hazards. Before we get started, the chat box is open if you want to ask questions. We'll get to those questions at the end of class. But now let's get started. I'm going to move up to the mirror, and we film everything like this, facing the mirror from behind. And we do that to make it easier for you to experience the Tai Chi. You can see me in the mirror, and when I say step to the right, we're all stepping to the right, including me. So it makes it much easier to learn. So now the first underlying principle that I want to teach you is called columns. In Tai Chi, we have one column straight down the center of our body, one through each shoulder, through each hip. And we want to keep those columns intact. It's a posture in Tai Chi, but it's not a ramrod, straight, stiff posture. It's as if you're suspended from the crown of your head and everything just falls naturally into alignment, shoulders above the hips. So now as you think about those columns, I just want you to step side to side. Bring your weight all the way over onto this right column and all the way over onto the left. Bring it all the way over onto the right, and what I want you to think about in this right leg right now is that it is slightly bent. It's soft. We never want locked joints in Tai Chi. We want nice, open, loose joints, and I'll talk about that a lot today. So now step over to the right. Bring your weight over onto this column. Bring your right hand about shoulder height and your left hand underneath. It's as if you're holding a ball, and this move is called hold the ball. When we switch to the left, your left hand becomes high. Now make sure that this elbow is not lifted like this. Let the elbow drop, because if you have it up, you're going to have a lot of tension in your neck and your shoulders. So stepping side to side, and remember as we step and shift, we're not shifting from our shoulders, we're not shifting from our hips. We're keeping those columns intact. So hold the ball is a very simple transitional move, but it's a very important one. Now bring your left foot forward and bring your hands to your hips. In Tai Chi, the next underlying principle, we want to move from the Tien. And the Tien is 2 inches in from the belly button, 2 inches down. It's the center of our energy in Tai Chi, but it's also the center of your balance. So it's important to learn to move from the Tien. So with your hands on your hips, I want you to just bend that left knee slightly, coming forward, and then rock back just a little bit by bending that right knee. Forward and back. You should have no knee pain as you're doing this. Let me turn to the side just a bit, and you can see that I am barely moving forward and back. It's not a big motion because I'm moving from the Tien. So bring your hands to the level of the Tien here. And as you come forward, let your hands float up and out. And then as you rock back, let your hands come towards your body. Floating up and out, and then towards your body. If we're moving from the Tien in this movement, which is called pushing Chi, you're going to keep your columns intact. Your shoulders are going to stay above your hips, and you're going to be in a much more relaxed posture. If you try to stiffen those joints and push like this, Now you can see I've broken my columns. My shoulders are not above my hips. I have stiff elbow joints, and that actually constricts the flow of energy in our body. So as you're moving from the Tien, just let those hands be nice and soft. Let the elbows be dropped, bringing that hands back towards your body, and then just let them float up. Now bring that left foot back and bring the right foot forward. We're going to do pushing Qi again, but we're going to add another of the principles, and that's about being rooted and grounded. I don't want you to be in a really narrow stance like this. This is very unstable. Let there be a little bit of width between your legs. Don't let it be too long of a stance either. Just a comfortable forward stance. Lowering your center of gravity just a little bit by lowering from the Tien. When we come forward, we want to make sure that that back heel is not up, that we're not pushing like this. This again is an unstable stance. So with that right foot forward, hands at the level of the Tien, take a nice deep breath in here, and then breathe out as you push away. Breathe in as you come towards your body. Breathe out, breathing in, breathing out, and breathing in. And that's pushing Qi. So now we're going to learn Qi walking. And the important underlying principle of Qi walking is substantial and insubstantial. Substantial being full, insubstantial being empty. And it's the idea of we always know where our weight is in Tai Chi. Bring your left foot forward. Rock forward just a little bit on the left. Rock back. Open your body up just slightly. Now bring all the weight onto that left and step forward with the right. Rock forward on the right. Rock back. Now bring all the weight onto that right and step forward with the left. So the idea of substantial and insubstantial, I like to describe it as water flowing from one leg into the next. If you bring that left foot forward, and again, don't take too big of a step. Take a small step. Rock forward on the left, rock back. Now let all the water flow into this left leg and don't lift the right until it's completely empty. Then you step forward. Rock forward, rock back. Now that water has to flow from the left into the right, and don't lift this left leg until it's completely empty. So the whole idea of understanding your substantial and insubstantial is huge in improving your balance. Because in Tai Chi, we're not just falling forward when we move forward or fall backwards. We're choosing to move forwards. We choose to move backwards. We can choose to move to the side. It's because we know which side is substantial, which is insubstantial. And that empty leg is free to move. And that way we can move from the Tien and choose to go where we want to go. So let's take that idea and step side to side. Bring the weight into the right, bring that water into the right, let the left leg be empty. Then let that water flow from the right into the left, and the left now is your substantial, your full leg. Let the left hand point towards the ground and be in front of your body. Remember, this left knee needs to be soft, slightly bent. This right leg is completely empty. There's nothing in it. Point your right elbow towards that knee. And this posture is called pheasant stance. Now we can do it on the other side. Let the weight flow into the right. Let that left leg become empty. Remember that right knee is slightly bent. Palm is facing towards the ground, and the left elbow is pointing towards that left knee. Pheasant stance. Now, if you feel comfortable, as we move to the left and try that, if you feel comfortable to lift that empty leg, feel free to do that. But for today, remember that it just needs to be empty and that toe can be touching the ground. This movement is sometimes called the golden rooster stands on one leg, but I like to call it just pheasant stands. The next principle, this is the idea of rotation. And when we rotate, it feels good, right? It feels like we're massaging our internal organs. And that's what the Tai Chi Classics talks about with rotation. But it's also very important with relaxation in the form. It's also very important for power, which I'll show you that in a minute here. But rotation is important for relaxation. So this next move that we're going to learn, it's called wave hands like clouds. Some styles of Tai Chi might call it cloud hands, but I call it wave hands like clouds. And what I want you to do, remember your knees are nice and soft. Take your right hand and just draw a clockwise circle. Now, you're not lifting above your head. Your palm is facing just right about eye level. And it's as if it's going the direction as if you were wiping your eyebrows. Now, I don't want you to actually be that close to your face, but that's the direction that your arm is going. So now, instead of moving just from the shoulders, which is what we were doing, I want to move from the Tien now. You can see how these principles start to really play together. Rotate your torso by moving from the Tien and draw that circle with your torso. Now you can see how much more relaxed your arm and your shoulder can be because they're not the driver of this motion. The Tien is the driver of your motion. Rotating clockwise. Now bring that down. You're going to rotate counterclockwise with your left. And I want you to move from your Tien. Now we get to put those together. So start with your right, clockwise motion, and as it turns, the left follows that rotation, and then the left becomes the high hand, and you rotate across your body. And if you're truly relaxing and moving from the Tien, you can see that it's as if you're just carrying a big ball of energy here across your body. And then you roll that ball and you carry that ball across your body. Roll the ball and just let your hands relax. This is wave hands like clouds. Now we actually step with wave hands like clouds as well. It's a lateral step. So bring your weight over to this right column. Remember that right knee is slightly bent. Left leg is empty. We're going to take the left arm and start our counterclockwise circle and step out with that left foot. Let the right leg become empty and then step that right leg in as you start your clockwise circle with your right hand. Shift the weight to the right, step out left, bring that right leg in. Shift the weight to the right. Let's take one more step to the left. And now let that right leg remain empty because you're going to step to the right. Left is empty now. Then it becomes full. Stepping to the right and to the left. That's your wave hands like clouds. And it's everybody's favorite move in Tai Chi. In fact, one of my students says it's simply hypnotic. It's a very relaxing movement. Now, the next underlying principle that I want to talk about is the martial arts application of Tai Chi. Tai Chi is a martial art. It's a martial art that utilizes gentle, flowing movements to enhance health in the body and the mind. But it is, at its basis, a martial art. So I like for you to understand why you're doing what you're doing. And the movement that's easiest to see that is called brush knee. So I'll turn again, and brush knee looks like this. Okay, you're blocking something low and you're hitting something higher. And it would be fast in a real-time fight. But in Tai Chi, we're going to go slowly. But you'll see that the rotation actually gives this movement power. It's important to remember that you're rotating on this central column. You know, as we did our wave hands like clouds, we weren't dipping like this. We were rotating, keeping our shoulders level. We're going to do the same thing in our martial arts application because we need to be balanced in a fight, right? We need to be rooted and grounded. We need to be strong and have a sense of where our opponent is. So with brush knee, bring your weight over to this right column again. Remember that right knee is slightly bent. Holding the ball to the right, that means your right hand is high. You're going to step out left. The left hand just brushes across the leg. Keep it in front of your body. And the right hand comes out. Holding the ball to the right, step forward with the left, brush this left hand across, and the right hand comes out. So now as you hold the ball to the right, I want you to turn your body slightly to the right. Stepping out left, rotate, and you can see how your hands just float out. Let's do that again. Holding the ball, rotate your body slightly right. Think about this left hand is low right now, and it's going to stay low. The right hand is high, and it's going to stay high. So as we rotate into this motion, your hands just naturally float out into this posture. Now remember, when you step out with your brush knee, you don't want to step out too narrow. You want to have a wide enough stance, and you don't want to be overextending. Remember, this is a stiff joint. We don't want stiff joints. We want a nice rounded, soft arm. All of our joints are soft. So now let's try brush knee on the left, which means you're holding the ball to the left. Left hand is high, right hand is underneath. Step out. Now the low hand stays low, which is your right, and that top hand comes out, which is your left. Try that again. Your weight's on the left, the right is empty right now. Step, brush this right hand across, and the left comes out. Use that rotation. Now turn your body slightly to the left, and as you step out, rotate from the Tien and just move into that brush knee. One more. We'll brush knee. Now bring the weight up onto that right. Hold the ball to the right. Step forward, brush knee left. Remember, the low hand stays low, the high hand stays high. Bring the weight up onto that left, holding the ball to the left, and brush knee. Now don't worry if this has your brain on fire and you're thinking, where do my hands go? Where do my feet go? That's part of the beauty of Tai Chi. Learning that helps your brain. You are improving your cognitive function by teaching your body new movements, new movement patterns. So now what we're going to do is we are going to put all of these movements into the flow of a form. Just relax, follow what I say to do. I know this is new to you, but I want you to experience the underlying principle of continuous motion. It's like water flowing, and that's what the flow of a form should feel like. So let's do this form. I want you to stand first with your feet about shoulder width apart. Remember, your knees are bent. And the first movement is called preparation. I haven't actually taught you this one yet, but it's easy. What you're going to do is you're going to hinge just slightly, bending your knees, and just come down just a little bit. Your hands are in front of your thighs. As you rise up, let the arms rise up just to about shoulder height. Wrists are nice and loose. Then drop the elbows and bring it back down. You breathe in as you come up, and you breathe out as you go down. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. That's called preparation. Now we're going to step out into pushing chi. So bring your weight over onto the right, step left, and push chi. We're going to do this twice. Pushing chi. Now bring the weight all the way onto this left, and you're going to bring this right leg up into pheasant stance. Remember that right leg is completely empty in pheasant stance. Then we can step out into pushing chi with that right leg. Do pushing chi twice. Then bring that weight up onto the right. Let the left leg become empty and come into your pheasant stance. Now we're going to do wave hands like clouds, but we're not going to step yet. Just think about moving from the Tien, rotating on that central column, allowing your body just to relax and carry that big ball of energy across your body. And then come to the right. Bring your weight over to this right column. Hold the ball, which means your right hand is high. Now step backwards. Remember, we move from the Tien when we step. So even stepping backwards, I don't want you to lean back with your shoulders. Move from the Tien, let that water flow from the right into the left, and hold the ball left. Now step back right, let the water flow from the left into the right, and hold the ball right. Now we're going to step into our brush knee. Remember, the low hand stays low and the high hand stays high. Then come into pushing chi. Now bring the weight back to the right so the left becomes empty. Step that left leg back, let it become full now, and hold the ball left. And we're going to do brush knee on this side into pushing chi. Let the weight come back to the left. Step this right leg back. Now let all the water flow into the right. Hold the ball to the right. We'll do our brush knee pushing chi again. And one more, stepping back with the left, holding that ball to the left. Step out, brush knee, pushing chi. Now bring that right leg back. Bring your weight over to the right. We're going to do another brush knee, but this time we're going to move into our pheasant stance. So let the weight come all the way onto the left. Let the right leg become empty and pheasant stance. Now step out with that right, brush knee. Bring all the weight onto that right and pheasant stance. Now we are going to step with our wave hands like clouds. So bring that left leg out, start the left counterclockwise circle, and bring your right leg in. We'll take one more step to the left. Now let that right leg remain empty because now we're going to step to the right. Remember how the rotation helps you with your wave hands like clouds. Let's step left 2 steps again. And step right. Now let the weight remain in your right and come into your pheasant stance left. Then you can step back, pheasant stance right, step back again, pheasant stance left. Now we're going to end the form with a move called pushing the mountains. Take a nice deep breath in, push out gently, breathing out. Breathing in, gather, and breathe out. Do that one more time. Breathe in, breathe out, breathing in, and breathing out. So now let's do that form one more time, just so you can experience it. Just relax and enjoy. Stand nice and tall as if you're suspended from the ceiling. Take a good deep breath in. Breathe it out and sink down. Let the weight come to the right. Open up left. Let the weight come to the left and then center your weight. Hinging preparation. 3 times. Breathing in as you come up. Breathing out as you go down. 1 more. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring the weight over to the right and step out left, pushing chi. 2 times. Bring that weight onto that left and come into your pheasant stance. Then pushing chi 2 times. Coming into your pheasant stance. Wave hands like clouds, but without any steps. Just concentrating on that rotation and the relaxation. Bring your weight over to the right, hold the ball to the right. Step back, hold the ball left. Step back, hold the ball right. Now step out into our brush knee, pushing chi combination. Brush knee, pushing chi. Step back, brush knee, pushing chi. And we'll do those both sides one more time. Brush knee, pushing chi. Brush knee, pushing chi. Holding the ball to the right, you're going to do a brush knee, but then you're going to come into your pheasant stance. So bring all the weight onto that left, pheasant stance, brush knee, pheasant stance. Now stepping with your wave hands like clouds, 2 steps to the left, 2 steps to the right, 2 more steps to the left, 2 steps to the right. Leaving that weight on the right, pheasant stands, step backwards, pheasant stands, step back 1 more, pheasant stands. Now centering your weight, breathing in, push and breathe out, breathing in and breathing out. 1 more time, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in and out. So I hope you've enjoyed that simple form and felt the relaxation that Tai Chi can bring. And I hope you understand that those underlying principles are very, very important to bringing the benefits. And I also hope that you want to continue your journey in Tai Chi. And there are many different ways to do this. The first thing that I would recommend is seek out a class in your community. We have hundreds of Open the Door instructors around the world who are ready to help you keep learning in Tai Chi. But if you can't find a class that's convenient for you, or you just want to supplement your learning at home, we have a wonderful video membership that has our popular daily series, has videos that are focused on the benefits of Tai Chi to help you learn how to apply those principles. Videos like the basics of balance, the basics of stress relief, and a really fun Wake Up with Tai Chi video. This video membership site is your ticket to learning and continuing to learn in Tai Chi. And you can sign up and have 7 days free. So there's really no reason not to do it. I do encourage you to try that out. Like I said, for 7 days, you can look at all the videos that would be available to you. And also, if you're so excited about Tai Chi, if you think, I really want to become an instructor, Like you might know that you don't have an instructor in your area. You want to bring it to your community. That's awesome. We have a certification program where I will teach you all of the individual movements, and I will teach you how to teach so that you can bring the benefits of Tai Chi to your students. So both that video membership site and the certification are on taichisystem.com. If you visit that website, on the left is Learn Tai Chi, Learn Online, excuse me. And that's the video membership site, which I really encourage you. Try it for 7 days. There's no risk. Take a look at it and see what more you can learn in Tai Chi. And then on the right-hand side is the certification site, where I would love to bring you into our circle of community of instructors. So happy World Tai Chi Day. Do we have any questions?
Yes. Is Tai Chi a good exercise for someone 60 years old?
Is Tai Chi a good exercise for someone who is 60 years old? Well, I will let you know, I just turned 60 in December, so yes, it is a good exercise for somebody who's 60. But, you know, you think about 60 is not just a homogeneous person. There are many different issues that we're all dealing with as we age, and Tai Chi is a wonderful form of exercise. It's gentle on our joints. It helps open things up and keep things supple and loose. It's proven to improve balance, which we know if you don't practice balance, you will lose that balance. And it's important because we don't want you to be falling. It's great, like I said, to lower stress and anxiety. It's great for improving cognitive function. So yes, Tai Chi, because it is so gentle, is a wonderful form of exercise as we age, 60 and beyond.
Two similar questions. One of them is, where do you look in brush knee? And do your eyes ever follow your hands?
Okay, so two questions. One, where are you looking when you're doing brush knee? And do your eyes ever follow your hands? And the eyes are a very important piece of keeping your balance, of looking at the horizon. In other words, you don't want to be doing brush knee looking down at your feet. Call back the idea of the martial arts application. You want to have a sense of an opponent, and you want to be looking at your opponent. You can't be looking to the side if your opponent's in front of you, and you certainly don't want to be looking down if your opponent is right in front of you. So yes, you want to keep your eyes on the horizon and look at your opponent. When we do our wave hands like clouds, the energy is flowing this way and the energy is flowing this way. And in the certification program, we actually show you the martial arts application of wave hands like clouds, and it's very fast, and it is following, your eyes are following where your energy is going towards your opponent.
How long do you practice Tai Chi in one session?
How long do I practice in one session? Well, classes can be anywhere from 30 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe even an hour. You don't have to practice that long. Sometimes in my own practice, I just take 5 minutes out of the day to center myself, get some relaxation, get some movement in, so I'm not just sitting all the time. And 5 minutes is great. But a typical class would be anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes.
Does Tai Chi build lower body strength?
Does Tai Chi build lower body strength? Yes, in the fact that you're doing Tai Chi standing all of the time. Now that being said, we do have modifications available on that video membership site if standing for that long is difficult for you, or if you are compromised in your balance and you're just trying to improve that balance. We have modifications that you can use holding a chair or even seated if you need to be seated. But because you are standing, if you can get to a place where you're moving and practicing standing and eventually lowering your center of gravity, you do very much improve your lower body strength.
Any tips for someone with severe rheumatoid arthritis who has a smaller base on her feet, or someone with neuropathy? Is it good for them? Do you recommend having a chair or something nearby?
So asking about RA, rheumatoid arthritis, neuropathy, is it good to have a chair nearby? Absolutely. The open the door system is created not for perfection. Perfection is not the goal. The goal is to help your body be the best it can be. So if you need a chair when you're first starting and you need to have that support to help you be more balanced, that's awesome. We want to help you modify. Like I said, in that video membership site, we have videos that show you how to do that if you need extra support. Even if you need to sit down and continue doing the movement, it's interesting, even in a seated position, those underlying principles come into play. You don't throw those out. They are important, and you will improve your balance. There are many, many studies, and you can certainly email me at dianne@taichisystem.com. I have several studies that show the efficacy of Tai Chi for people with rheumatoid arthritis. Just a couple more, maybe? Okay, we're good. Thank you again for joining me for World Tai Chi Day, and I do hope that you will continue your journey in learning Tai Chi. Remember that video membership site on taichisystem.com, you get to try it for free for 7 days. So go ahead and sign up and see what more you can learn in Tai Chi.